Hello friends, in this session we are going to learn Jenkins environment variable. So let's go. So here today's session we will cover some topics like what are the Jenkins environment variable. Then after that we will see prerequisite for that Jenkins environment variable. And after that we will see how to see list of variable environment variable in Jenkins, and then how to read and access Jenkins environment variable in Jenkins pipeline, and after that how to set Jenkins environment variable, and last one injecting environment variable in Jenkins freestyle job or project. Okay, so let's start with the what are the Jenkins environment variable. So let's see here. So here Jenkins variable is also known as environment variables. These are data placeholder that can store and manage information during the execution of the Jenkins job or pipeline. Okay. So what is the meaning of it? It's these variables we can be used to pass data between different part of Jenkins job, which is makes decision of or customers customize your job behavior. Okay, so it means understanding how to use Jenkins variable is crucial for your creating flexible and dynamic automation workflow. That is our Jenkins environment variable. So let's see here prerequisite. So using this prerequisite, we can access all these our topics. Okay, so first prerequisite, we have to install Jenkins on any operating system like Ubuntu, Amazon Linux to Windows, Debian, any operating system you are use here and install on this Jenkins. Okay, and after that you have to access the web browser to interact the Jenkins web interface. So let me open this browser, and here I have login with AWS Amazon console. Okay, and here I have launched the instance of Jenkins Ubuntu. So here I choose the Ubuntu operating system. Okay, and using this public IP address, I access the web interface here, Jenkins web interface. Okay, so here we can create a new project, or we can configure your environment variables like that. So these are my prerequisites. So after that we will see how to see list of environment variable in Jenkins. So here we have two ways to see all the list of variable in Jenkins. You can see here. So first one, HTML file, its name nvars.html. Using this, we can access or we can see the list of variable. Okay. And second one, using shell command. We can choose the shell command and we can print this environment variable, and we can see in your console output all this list. Okay. So let's see first one, how to see this environment variable using HTML file. Okay, so for that you have to go on your browser and using this public IP and 8080 ports. After that you have to enter here and where's HTML. Okay, so this is our HTML file, and using this we can access or we can see this all the variables here. Okay, this is to cell and batch build step. In that we can use here. So all these variables we can use like change URL, tag name, timestamp, tag date, job display URL, run display URL, like that. All these variable we can use here. Build number, build ID, job name, build tag, workspace, workspace object temporary, and temp file here, Jenkins URL, Jenkins build URL, job URL. All these our predefined variables. Okay. So go on your dashboard, and here this is one our using this HTML file we can see our list of environment variable. Now using this shell command, we can print this environment variable. So how we can do it here? This. So click on this new atom, go on your dashboard and click on this new atom and create one project or job. And here I use environment variable. Okay. After that, you choose your type of project. I go with the pipeline and click on OK. And general, advanced project option, section, all these two option, two section I kept as it is and go directly on your pipeline. And this pipeline I will copy from here and paste here. Okay, so in that we mention the pipeline and agent we use any, and in that we can use the stages. Here one stage I declare like NVAS, and under this we can choose these steps. Okay, so using set command, this one is used for your window batch script. Okay, when you are using this Jenkins server on your window, then you can use this batch set. Okay, if you are use another system like Linux or Unix or Ubuntu like that, then you have to here use sh shell script, means sh, and here use print n. Okay, print n here you have to use here. So here, when we are use shell script, that time we can use sh and print n. Okay, so to print the environment variable. So let's save this. And after that, you have to build now. Click on this build now. Now our build schedule, and under this build history, go in our first build and go to your in console output and see here this print environment. Okay, environment variable. This is variable name and this regarding this value. Okay, so Jenkins home user, run changes, Hudson URL, build URL, like that. All this ID here and log name. See here build ID. Our build ID is first. Okay, so see here, and our here build number also first, and your job name, this job name and variables here. Okay, so like that you can see how, or you can print this environment variable. Okay, so go on your dashboard or okay, ठीक है. So after that we will see here I give you notes for that. It's for window, you can use the set command, and for the Linux, you can use and print and command using shell script. And here under this shell, under this batch, window batch script, here we are use set command. Okay, so it's remember if you are not use this regarding respect to your OS, then your build will fail. Okay. So next one, how to read and access Jenkins environment variable in Jenkins pipeline. So how we can read? See here we have two methods using an object with variable name and using short variable name. Okay, you can choose any one of them. Okay, so here using this an object means what? You have to access environment variable using this an object followed by your this variable name. Okay, so if I want to accessing this build number and job name, so here we are using def build number, we give the variable name and using this n object, and it's followed by n dot build number. Okay, so build number, it's a variable name, and same build number like that we have to print this job name. So here again you have to use def and here name for that variable name, and here using n variable and job name. Okay, so now we have to print this using echo build number and build and build number. Okay, so which is defined here variable name. After that, this one method we can read and access this Jenkins environment variable, and after that we have to use here short variable name. So under this short variable name you can also access your variable directly. Okay, here we no need to use an object. Okay, env dot an object, it's not used under this short variable, that's why it's called a short variable. So all this script same, but only change is here without the an object we can read and access this Jenkins environment variable. Okay, so same here build number and job name, and using this echo we can print this your build number and job name. Okay, so let's see here how we can use. So here we have one pipeline script. Let me copy and paste in your environment variable. In that project you have to configure again, reconfigure again, and go to your pipeline and paste in. So see, same script I have used here using this n object, and here without the n object. So see here your build number and job name both are here same. That's why I will change this here. URL here change with URL. Okay, and here again change URL. Here. So in this using an object we can use here build number and job name, and under this without the n object, without the n object here we are use build number. It's not a build number, it's a build URL and job URL. So here printing build number and job name under this n object, and here printing the build URL and job URL. Okay, so let's save and see how it's work. So now build now, click on this build now, and here you can see your build. You can go to your second build, or simply you can see here log, and you can see here print message build number 2. Okay, and here second job name and variable, and here your build URL itself. Okay, and here job URL, this one, like that this will print here. Okay, so here in that first method using an object, here you can access any variable names to access their values. So you can replace these variables with names. Okay, these variable names with any environment variable you can access here. And in that second method, we access the variable name directly without using an object. Okay, so both method are valid, and you will give your access in Jenkins environment variable within your pipeline script. So you can choose one of them. You can find more readable or suitable for your specific output or use case. Okay, so this is how to read the and access Jenkins environment variable. So let's see next topic, how to set Jenkins environment variable. So here you can set environment variable within your Jenkins pipeline at both global and local. Okay, global and local level. So what is meant by global level? So once we have to declare variable as a globally, then you can use this variable, you can use system wide. Okay, so what is meant by system wide means you have to access this variable throughout your project. Okay, throughout your project, any project. And local level means what? This local level you can use this only regarding this project under this specific pipeline or specific job, or you can use this local variable only specific stage or specific your block level. Okay, so here this local value variable this not access any other project or any other stage which is mentioned in particular stage, and this particular stage variable we cannot access in other stage variable. Okay, so let's see in practically how it's work. So first one, global environment variable. So let's see here, global environment variable in Jenkins are set at the system level and available to all jobs and pipeline as we discussed. This variable can be useful for defining values or common across the multiple project. So here how to create or how to set your global variable. Let's see. So firstly, I go to our Jenkins server and go to here dashboard. After that, you have to go in your dashboard of that manage Jenkins. And again, you have to go inside the system configuration. Under that, we have to go inside the system to configure the global settings. And here scroll down up to global properties here. Okay, so under this global properties, we have some options. So click on this environment variable in that checkbox, and you have to add this variable from here. If you don't know how to add, simply we have to get help from here. Okay, so if I click on this, so here I get the help like key value pairs you have to apply for every build on every node. Okay, so it's in that way we can use here. So name it's you can give here any name like date. If you are to use date on every project or every build, that time you can here give the date, or you have to give the name for that regarding project or environment, like that. You can use any type of key here. So I will use name, and here give the value regarding this name. I will use DevOps hint. Okay, so let's save this. And after that, I will create a new project. And here I will use global environment variable. Select the type of project, go with the pipeline and save it. And under this pipeline section here, you have to add this your pipeline script. So I have already created script. Then I will use this script and okay. Now here we are without using environment variable, how to its effect on that global environment variable. So here use global environment variable and accessing environment variable using without an object. Okay, so see here use global name and here I use simply name. Okay, why? See here, if I go to here manage Jenkins, go to system, scroll down up to global properties and here I give the name. That's why here return your global name. Okay, without the using an object, that's why I put here and here use global name and this one copy and paste here. Okay, and click on this save and build now. And we get here build and you can see under this log, you can see here our global name DevOps hand. Okay, in this way we can access any type of project or any steps or any stages. You can access this global variable will access. Okay, so if I want to access in this project, then see here, go to configure, go to pipeline and here access the global variable. Okay, so using here I will use using an object. Okay, so I will copy and paste here. Here give global name and here use env dot name. Okay, and I will click on this, save and again build now. So here you get the third build and if I will go on the log and see here global name DevOps in, it means what? We can access this global variable throughout your all the project. Okay, so close this. Now let's see next one, local environment variable. Okay, so in that local environment variable in Jenkins are defined within the specific job or pipeline and they are only available within that job or pipeline. So here do not affect other jobs. So if you want to access in particular stages with this name, environment variable name, or you have to give here date like that, then you can mention in particular project. Okay, so using the environment variable block or using the environment with n steps. Okay, so let's see how we can declare or access this environment variable, local environment variable. So let's see here you have to define this environment block. Okay, so you can define the environment variable for entire pipeline using environment block at top level like that. Okay, and this is your with environment. It's a temporary set of environment variable within specific code. Okay, so in this way you can use this temporary name of that variable and regarding this value. In this way, we can use this particular steps. Okay, so let's see how it's work. Here I have one script. Let me copy and here choose new one project and give here local environment variable and go with pipeline and click on OK. Under this pipeline section here, I will paste this script. Okay, pipeline script. So here, see in that, see under this pipeline at the top level, you have to declare or access the environment. Okay, this is our top block. Okay, top level. So here I mentioned the custom key. Custom key, it's a, you can define this, user define this key. Okay, custom key means you can define the your own key here. So I want to print the date in every stages or step. Then you can mention at the top level date and here today's date 13th October. Okay, 2023. So this variable I will use throughout your pipeline. It's not throughout your any project. Okay, so let's see how it's work. And this is, I mentioned the stages. Under the stages, I mentioned the custom environment variable. So here again, I mentioned the this environment variable. Okay, so here project, I use project equal to Jenkins demo. And here I use date. So instead of custom key, I use here date because I mentioned this environment variable name date. Okay, so here use date and here this under this stage you can access this again variable we can access under this step. Okay, so but we cannot access this variable in another stage. If I let me copy. Here another stage I mention here as a local environment variable. Okay, and here we have to close this. After that, here we have to change with this project with project ID and here change with Jenkins demo with project ID. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, it's a project ID. Okay, in that local environment variable in another stage. Okay, first one this is custom environment variable. So after that you have to use here date and here project ID I will use ID and this one change with, let me copy and paste here. Okay, so let's see how it's work now. click on save and click on build now. And we get first build here in that variable. So see here in our first custom environment variable stage, then we have declare in your top level environment variable as a date, then it's accessed, and here project ID is specific under the stage. First, it means custom environment variable. In that stage, I declare this variable as a project, and this variable sample variable. Okay, it's a new value, and this is temp variable. So another value. So in that local environment variable stage, then this is access date because we declare a top level of that our pipeline. That's why it's access. And this is project ID. It's access because we mentioned this variable under this local environment variable stage. Okay. So now let's see. If I want to access this environment variable under this stage custom n variable, in that variable, I mention this variable as a project. This variable will access or not in that local environment variable stage. So how we can access? It's not access, but I will show you it's access or not. Okay. So let's see under this. Let me copy this. And paste this here. And if I click on this save button and again build now, then you not access this variable under this second stage. Okay. So if I show you, and here your variable name is display, but your value it's not display. It means what? We cannot access this variable. We cannot access this variable. Means what? Which variable? Means in the custom environment variable, in that stage, we are declare this project name variable. Okay. So this variable we cannot access in different stage, local environment variable. Okay. If I want to show you this project ID in your this custom environment variable, then it will not display, or we cannot read. It's display only the null value. Okay. So like that we can see local environment variable. Okay. So you can set your local environment variable using declarative pipeline. So these local variable can only available within the scope of your specific job or pipeline where you have defined. We cannot access in another block or another project. Okay. So by settings environment variable, both local and global level, you can control your behavior and configuration of your Jenkins job and pipeline to suit your specific need. So after that, we can see last point, injecting environment variable in Jenkins freestyle job or project. So how we can inject in using the install and configuring your and inject plugin. Okay. So go to my Jenkins dashboard. And here click on this manage plugin. And you have to go inside the plugin and go to here available plugin. And here simply you have to check and inject this plugin. You have to display or not. Environment plugin. Okay, environment injector. This plugin we have required. So click on this checkbox for that installation, and you have to click on this install button. And after that, you get install here. Let's see. Okay, this environment injector. This will success. And if you want to restart this Jenkins, then click on that, or simply you can go on the top page. Okay. So after that, you have to set your configure your environment variable. Okay. So how we can configure? Firstly, you have to go inside that manage Jenkins, or you have to create a one freestyle project. Like I will select the inject and inject variable. Okay. So create freestyle project, click on this OK. And here you have to go under the build step, and see here you have to add the build step. Then here you have get one option like inject environment variable. This option when we are install plugin from this your manage Jenkins, that time you can get this inject environment variable. So inject this, and here simply you have to give the property file of that path. If you don't know how to give here, then simply give here for the help, click on this, and or you have to give your property content. Okay, so here you have to give the property content like this, my variable deopsin, or like that you can give any variable name and your regarding this variable value. So I will put here, and here give this change with my variable with education site. Okay, and here another variable environment variable freestyle job. When I click on this save button, it will save and build now. You can check this injecting variable get success, and under this history you can see the first build, and go to console output, and here you get the both variable, my variable DevOps education, and another variable environment where freestyle job. Okay, so now we can the both two variable we can use throughout your this particular project. Okay, so how we can use here? If I go to here variable and configure, go to your build step, and here if I want to add this, use this execute cell. Okay, and simply using this variable name you can access this. Using echo you can access this variable, my variable. Okay, so using dollar and enter. After that, again you have to, if you have to use another variable name, then here use echo, use it. In this way we were use echo my variable and echo another variable. Okay, so this variable you can use in your cell, execute this cell. So click on this save, and see here in your second build, check your output. So here in the console, you can print your environment variable. Okay, so like that. DevOps in education and environment repair freestyle job. Okay, in this way we will learn your environment, Jenkins environment variable. So thank you for the watching video.